Nigerian central bank has been firing monetary policy tools onto the foreign exchange market and into liquidity management. As of today, at least some 6 circulars have been issued around diaspora remittances, export to domiciliary accounts, and cash reserve ratio released via special bills. So let's take them all to the market street with Johnson Chikoda, CEO at Cowrie Asset Management. Good evening, Johnson. We have a whole lot to talk about, but let's just put them in summary. This is rapid firing from Godwin Emefiele. What do you think the central bank is really up to?
Thank you, Bose, for having me, and Merry Christmas to you and the station and Nigerians. What I would say is that the central bank governor or the central bank is trying to stabilize the exchange rate. The central bank is also trying to inject liquidity into the foreign exchange market, narrow the spread between the multiple exchange windows, as well as restore confidence in the local currency. Those are for me, are the driving factors that are engendering this slew of policies that central bank come up with in the past few days.
So if you talk specifically to the foreign exchange market, give us your thoughts on the adjustments that the liberalization of inward money transfers. Now you will have to take it either in cash or you deposit into a domiciliary account. You can no longer change it into local currency, and your bank will have no decision, will have not to decide for you or choose for you how you deposit or how you take your money.
Yeah, Boston, as you may have observed, the local currency has suffered severe depreciation in the past couple of days, particularly the parallel market window. So what the central bank is doing is to inject liquidity into the parallel market window by insisting that recipients of inward money transfers can now take their money, must now take their money in dollar or in foreign currency, and can no longer, the banks are no longer have the discretion to convert to naira at the instance of the bank. Simply means that the central bank is going to push liquidity from this window, from the IMTO, that's International Money Transfer Organization's flow window, to the parallel market. And that will increase supply in the parallel market and hopefully will moderate the rate we have seen there. Of course, we saw a rate that increased to above 500 naira to $1 in the past 1 week. But interestingly, when immediately this announcement was made, the announcement effect alone has led to some moderation in the parallel market rates, principally because investors understand that, or market players understand that, as liquidity goes into this market, the demand for the market is also not as huge as one would ordinarily expect. So that increase in supply, even if it has not met demand, will lead to moderation in price, which is what we've seen recently. Boston also note that last year, Nigerians received about $23.5 billion from homebound remittances. And that alone was only second to our earnings from crude oil sales. So even if we get half of that and it comes to the parallel market, we are going to see a material improvement in liquidity in that market and possible stabilization in the exchange rate.
Interesting. Let's speak to the release of this excess CRR via a new special bills, the treasury bills that the central bank is rolling out. For those of you who are market dealers and authorized dealers and traders, what's in this for the equities play and the fixed income market?
Okay, let me start from the implications in the first, or the motivation for that. Of course, the central bank is trying to manage system liquidity. We already have a system liquidity overhang in the economy, and central bank, by releasing the excess cash reserve ratio to the banks in form of cash, will simply mean that same money will come back into the system and could possibly drive speculative activities. So what the central bank has done effectively is to sterilize the funds that are due to the banks from the excess cash reserve ratio by 90 days. As you also mentioned in your introductory statements, that those bills will not be discountable at the CBN window. So what will be the impact on the equities market and the fixed income market? We're already seeing yield in the fixed income market below 1%. We know that bills, 364 days bills are trading below 50 basis points, that is below 0.5%. So that market is almost trading at zero. But liquidity is still going there because investors or bankers recognize the fact that it's better they earn a marginal return on their liquidity than to earn nothing at all. Again, banks are not playing long term because at periods where you have low interest rate environment, it's not the time when you play long. Because when that rate environment reverses, you are going to take a huge loss if you have played long, you invested in long-term instruments. So the fixed income space already have a lot of liquidity pursuing the few assets in that category. And we are seeing a subscription of bills in respect of the fact that yields are trading almost at zero. Then on the equities market, funding going to the equities market is not coming from the banks. It's coming from the institutional investors like the pension fund administrators and other institutional investors, principally because they're getting very marginal returns from their investment in fixed income instruments. So they have recognized the fact that yield, including dividend yield, in the equity space is above the fixed income yield. We are seeing dividend yield of between 5 and 10% in the equity space. So it makes sense for them to underweight their portfolios in fixed income and overweight them in equities.
Yes. Thank you so much, Johnson Chukwu. Have a great evening, and we appreciate your time.